Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. Imagine a man named Jackson stands over the lifeless body of Charles Alvord in the brutal wilderness near Panamint, California. Blood stains the desert sand as Jackson realizes he's just murdered the only person who knew the location of one of the richest gold discoveries in Death Valley history. The year could be 1870, maybe 1875. No one knows for certain. What we do know is that Jackson killed Alvord because the 60-something New Yorker refused to reveal wire gold so pure, witnesses said you could twist it with your bare fingers. Alvord's secret died with him that day, and it remains buried somewhere in the Panamint Mountains. This is the story of the lost Alvord mine, a tale of betrayal, survival, and treasure that drove men to murder. Our story begins in 1860, when a party of 6 men departed Los Angeles seeking the legendary Gunsight mine. They followed the old Spanish trail into Death Valley, led by Charles Alvord, a well-educated 60-year-old New Yorker with book knowledge of geology but no practical desert experience. The party established camp near Telescope Peak, finding water and grass for their mules. While his companions searched for the gun site, Alvord made a seemingly suicidal decision. This bookworm assembled minimal food, filled a canteen, grabbed his pick and shotgun, and announced he was heading alone into the Panamint Mountains for 2 weeks. His companions wrote him off as dead, another victim of Death Valley's appetite for human life. But Alvord walked back into camp, healthy and carrying samples of the most unusual ore anyone had seen, specimens nearly as dark as stone coal and speckled with gold, wire gold embedded in manganese. To the untrained eye, it looked worthless. Here's the irony. While Alvord discovered potentially the richest gold in Death Valley history, his partners had found bright galena, or they believed was the legendary gun site. Excited about their galena, they dismissed Alvord's black specimens and returned to Los Angeles. The galena proved worthless, almost pure lead in an impossible location, but Alvord had secretly assayed his specimens. The results were staggering, fabulous gold values. He shared this with only Asabel Bennett, a Death Valley veteran, and W.M. Stockton of San Gabriel. Stockton wrote to William Manley to join a return expedition, but the original party learned about Alvord's discovery and demanded inclusion. Under pressure, Alvord led them back in winter. Snow blanketed the Panamints, and he couldn't relocate his gold ledge. Whether snow had hidden his landmarks or he was deliberately withholding the location, the party became convinced his failure was intentional. They threatened to hang him. When he still couldn't produce the location, they abandoned Alvord alone in the mountains, in winter, with no food. Bennett, who knew Death Valley's dangers firsthand, calmly bid goodbye and left with the others. Back in Los Angeles, Bennett arrived at Stockton's home where William Manley was waiting. The 3 agreed on a rescue mission, recruiting Caesar Twitchell. They took a secretive route to avoid observation, since Alvord's discovery had created excitement in Los Angeles. Strangely, during this rescue, they stopped to search for other gold discoveries. Was this truly about saving Alvord or finding treasure? The rescue party entered Death Valley through a familiar canyon and camped at a spring above a waterfall. As twilight fell, a figure emerged from the darkness, Charles Alvord. He had survived weeks alone, tracking their mule prints to find them. Despite subsisting on virtually nothing, he appeared healthy and in good spirits. The reunion led to renewed prospecting, but history repeated itself cruelly. When supplies ran low, Bennett and Twitchell took all the mules to get provisions, promising to return. They never came back. Twitchell later claimed a snowstorm prevented their return. By the time weather cleared, they assumed Manley and Alvord had escaped or died. Manley found this rather hard to swallow. Meanwhile, Twitchell told the Los Angeles Star about deep mountain snow but conveniently failed to mention the abandoned men. Stranded again, Manley and Alvord walked toward Walker's Pass, surviving on rabbits Manley shot. When Alvord developed a leg injury, they encountered Dr. S.G. George's exploring party who rescued them. Here's where another voice changes everything we thought we knew. In 1875, Dr. George wrote his account for the Panamint News. According to George, when he first met Alvord and Manley in December 1860, they weren't alone. They were with 16 men from Los Angeles, specifically searching for Alvord's leads. 16 men. This suggests serious financial backing far beyond what Manley described. George's account provides the only specific geographic reference. Alvord pointed to the middle one of the high mountain peaks back of Panamint and described the ledge as within 5 miles of said peak. Most significantly, George revealed Alvord's fate. Alvord was afterwards killed by a man by the name of Jackson because he could not show him the lost gold lead near Panamint. Confirmation that Charles Alvord was murdered for his secret. Joe Clues from the original expedition spent 18 years searching. Before Alvord's death, the old prospector had given him crucial clues. If you can remember the camp where you were left on guard and Bennett and myself went out together, you will know the place from where we started on the day I found the gold. Alvord also said, "I can find the ledge because it is within sight of a striped butte." After 2 decades searching, Clues concluded the gold was in the Alvord Mountains near Yermo. But most evidence points to Butte Valley in the Panamints, named for its distinctive striped butte matching Alvord's description. Here's what makes this story compelling. Wire gold really exists in this region. In 1908, Harry Porter was leading his burro through Happy Canyon when he kicked a rock that nearly broke his foot. The stone was laced with wire gold, which he could twist with his fingers. Porter developed this into the Mountain Girl mine, using it as his personal bank account. An observer wrote, "I believe I have never seen quartz more heavily shot with gold. Could this be the same ore Alvord discovered?" The story has one final connection. At Butte Valley's edge sits Arastra Spring, exactly where Alvord returned to hunt his gold. For years, Indian Johnny appeared monthly at Ballarat with raw gold, sometimes accumulating $1,000 credit. Indian Johnny was always followed but consistently lost his trackers near Arastra Spring. Once spotted there, it was discovered he'd been using the old Arastra to grind ore. Arastra Spring, Butte Valley, the striped butte. Wire gold you could twist with fingers, all pointing to one location in the Panamints. Today, somewhere in that wilderness, Charles Alvord's wire gold may still wait. The landmarks he describes still exist. The striped butte still dominates the landscape. Modern technology might succeed where 19th century prospectors failed. But remember, this treasure cost at least one man his life. Charles Alvord died because he wouldn't reveal its location, taking his secret to a desert grave. The assays proved the gold exists. The question is whether anyone will be brave enough to follow Alvord's trail back into the mountains where he made his incredible discovery over 160 years ago. In the Panamints, the wire gold is still out there, waiting. And so, perhaps, is the ghost of Charles Alvord, still guarding his secret in Death Valley's endless silence. Join my Patreon community and discover my art print products on my website in the links provided in my description and link above. Also, if you would like a particular image from my videos, give the timestamp for image, and I will upload it to my website and Patreon. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest Gold story. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold stories, and adult bedtime stories. If you like a certain image from my videos, tell me in comments and give timestamp. Happy trails! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.